I don't even know why I'm telling this now. Maybe because it's 2:47 a.m. and I still can't sleep, even after all this time. Or maybe because silence has started to feel louder than the truth. I keep replaying everything in my head over and over again. Like if I just think about it one more time, maybe something will change. But it never does. We met on a random Tuesday. Nothing special about that day. I almost didn't go out at all. It was raining, the kind of soft, annoying rain that makes everything look gray. But my friend insisted, said I needed fresh air, said I'd been working too much, and then there she was, sitting by the window holding a cup of coffee, like she wasn't in a rush to be anywhere. I remember thinking she looked calm, not bored, not distracted, just present. We started talking by accident. I asked if the seat next to her was taken. She smiled, just a small one, and said, "Now it isn't." That was it. No fireworks, no dramatic moment, just something quiet and real. And somehow that was enough. We started seeing each other more after that. At first it was simple. Walks, coffee, long conversations about nothing and everything at the same time. She had this way of listening that made you feel like your words mattered. I think that's when I fell in love. Not all at once, slowly, dangerously slowly. We talked about the future like it was something we could actually hold in our hands, where we'd live, what kind of life we wanted, even stupid little things, like what color the kitchen walls should be. I remember one night, we were lying on the floor, no furniture yet, just a blanket and takeaway food, and she looked at me and said, "Promise me we won't become strangers one day." I laughed. I said, "That's impossible. I wish I could go back to that moment. Not to change anything, just to understand how wrong I was. The first thing that changed wasn't obvious. That's the worst part. It never is. It's always something small, something you can explain away." She started replying slower, laughing less at my jokes, looking at her phone more often, but turning the screen away. At first, I told myself it was nothing. She's just tired. She has a lot on her mind. Don't overthink it. I became really good at making excuses for her, better than I ever was at telling the truth to myself. But something inside me knew, that quiet, uncomfortable feeling, like a crack forming in something you thought was solid. I started noticing things I couldn't unsee, the way she'd leave the room to take calls, how she'd suddenly care about how she looked, even on normal days, the way her voice changed when she texted someone, soft, different, not for me. I remember lying awake one night, staring at the ceiling, thinking, am I losing her? Or am I just afraid I already have? I didn't ask her. I didn't want the answer, because as long as I didn't hear it out loud, it wasn't real, right? The truth doesn't need your permission to exist. I learned that the hard way. It happened on a Thursday. I remember because I had a terrible day at work. Everything went wrong. I just wanted to come home, see her, feel like something in my life still made sense. But she wasn't there. Just a message. Went out with a friend. Don't wait up. That should have been normal. It wasn't. Something about it felt off, too short, too distant. I don't know why I did it. Maybe I already knew. Maybe I just needed proof. Her laptop was on the table, open. I wasn't looking for anything specific, I swear. But then I saw it. A message. Not even hidden, just there. I miss you already. I think that was the moment everything inside me went quiet. No anger, no panic, just silence. Like my brain refused to process what my eyes were seeing. I scrolled. I wish I hadn't, but I did. Messages, photos, plans, a whole other version of her life. That didn't include me. I don't remember how long I sat there. Minutes, hours. It didn't matter. Time stopped making sense. All I could think was, when did this start? And the worst part? I didn't even know which memory to trust anymore. When she came home, I was still there, sitting in the same spot, holding the truth in my hands like something fragile, even though it had already broken me. She looked at me, and for a second I saw it. Guilt. Just for a second. Then it was gone. "What's wrong?" she asked. That question, that simple, stupid question, something inside me snapped. I didn't yell. I didn't throw anything. I just turned the laptop toward her and said quietly, "How long?" Pane, she didn't answer right away, and in that silence, I got my answer. "It didn't mean anything," she said eventually. I almost laughed. Not because it was funny, but because it was exactly what I expected. It just happened. Just happened. Like it was an accident. Like feelings don't have consequences. Like I wasn't sitting right there, trying not to fall apart. "Do you love him?" I asked. That was the only question that mattered. She hesitated, just for a second, but that second told me everything. "I don't know." That hurt more than anything else. Not a yes, not a no, just uncertainty, like what we had wasn't even worth a clear answer. We talked, or at least we tried to. She cried, she apologized, she said she was confused. I listened, because I didn't know what else to do, but somewhere in the middle of all those words, I realized something. I wasn't angry anymore. I was just tired of questioning everything, tired of feeling like I wasn't enough, tired of holding on to something that was already gone. So I stood up, walked to the door, and for a second, I almost turned back. Because leaving means accepting, and accepting means it's real. But I didn't turn around. I couldn't. "I hope you find what you're looking for," I said, and I left. The silence after that was unbearable. No messages, no voice, no good night, just nothing. And somehow nothing hurts more than something. The nights were the worst. That's when your mind doesn't let you forget. I replayed every moment, every word, every look, every "I love you," wondering which ones were real. Did she ever really love me? Or was I just convenient? I still don't know. Maybe I never will. But I'd learned something. Love doesn't disappear in one moment. It fades quietly, slowly, until one day you realize you've been alone for a long time. You just didn't want to admit it. Do I still think about her? Yeah, more than I'd like to admit. But it's different now. Less pain. More distance. I don't hate her, and maybe that's the strangest part, because hate would be easier, cleaner. But what I feel is something else, something unfinished. If there's one thing I know now, it's this. The worst kind of betrayal isn't the lie. It's the moment you realize you stopped being someone's priority long before they told you the truth. It's 3:26 a.m. now. Still can't sleep, but at least now it makes a little more sense. And maybe that's enough for tonight.